Hello, welcome to class today. So we are going to be looking at date and timer function in TypeScript. In TypeScript. Alright, so TypeScript uses the JavaScript date object to work with date and time. So TypeScript uses the JavaScript date object to work with date and time. So what is date object? Let's create a constant call now. Const now. This is the date object here is equal to new date. So this is the date object. So anytime that TypeScript sees the date object, it automatically it automatically infer the type date. But let's say you want to add the type explicitly, you can do that by coming here to add it to we call the date type here. Alright? The date type here. This way you can how you can be able to if you want it to be strongly typed, you can explicitly add the date type here. Alright? So but automatically when anytime the date object is called, TypeScript automatically infer the date type on that particular object. So let's go ahead. So let's console log and see what we're going to see. Console the log. You see we have our now. So let's compile. Okay, so let's compile. So come in. So let's compile. To go to our browser and see what we have there. Come in. Let's go to our console. Load. So these are date objects. See that today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. This is our date object. Alright? This is our date object. Okay. So let's say we want to get the month, get the year. Let's say okay, we want to get other parameters in the date, like we want to get day, get month, get year, get year, get hours, get hours, get minutes, minutes, get minutes, get seconds. Alright? Perfect. So let's say we want to go to don't forget the date object contains all this. It contains the day, it contains the month, it contains the day, the year, the minutes, the hour, the minute, the second. So everything is contained. But let's say you want to isolate them individually. So how do you do that? All right. You do that by calling those functions. Come here. Let's say I want to get consier. All right. Let me just see the console log actually instead of creating anybody. I'll say console.log. Now we're going to make use of add reference to the date object we created. We created a date object attached to a variable called now. So say now dot get full year. So it's an inbuilt function, get full year. Perfect. This is going to give us the year itself. We'll come here. Okay, so let's compile first. You have to compile. So we'll go here, reload 2026. All right, so let's do for the others, then we'll run. So we'll come here. We'll also say get month. This will be for get month. All right, so this will be for get month, get day, get minutes, so get hour, get hours, so get minutes, and get seconds. Get seconds. All right, so this is it. So we've done for the let's compare this and see whether you're able to assign or okay reload. All right, so this is happening. So get month will be, I think this April, but it's going to show for because in JavaScript it begins counting from zero. So January is seen as zero, then February 1, March 2, then April 3. So that's why I see 3 here. So the same thing it begins the counting from zero. So for you to get accurate figures, you might come here and add +1 here, +1 to augment for that one. You can come to the day too and say +1 to augment for that one. So we come here, you come, you compile now, you come and you compile, come here, reload. So we now have for which is April, then today is Wednesday, which is the fourth day of the week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All these are accurate. All right, these are accurate figures. All right, so that's how you're able to work with your date and time object. So let's go ahead and look at different format in which you can display your date. All right, formats for date, for date display. All right, so the first we're going to be looking at today's string. So this date string it display only the date component of the date object. What includes the date? I mean, let's say 2nd of March 2026. So that's the date component. It's going to display the date component. So I come here and say, okay, const this string, sorry, this string is equal to now dot to this string. So you see that to this string here. So let's see what's going to display here. Console the log this string. So let's compare. Let's compare. You see that you just display the date component of the date object. Right? You get it. So this is the date string. So the next format is the time string to time string. The time string. So this is going to display the time component, which includes the minute, the second, and the hour. Is equal to now dot to time string. So this is the time string here. So you come in console the log. You see you have your time string here. You come around this. First of all, compile, I think also log it. Yeah, I'm supposed to, or I didn't compile it as I should. Okay, because I killed the terminal, so sorry. You see that just the time component. You see that? So finally is to local string. Local. So all these are different display formats. Local string. So let's see what how this is going to display the time. Const local string. Local string is equal to local string is equal to now dot to time string to sorry to local string. So let's see how this is gonna display. So console the log So let's compile and see what we have. Or see that so it contain this will contain both the date and the time component together. So this is how you can successfully successfully display your date. All right. So next we're looking at timer functions. Timer functions. All right. Timer functions. So timer function. This includes set timeout and the set interval. So this work. So what is set timeout? So I'm going to first begin with the set timeout first of all. Which is set. So the set timeout is used to run your code after a specific delay. All right. Set timeout is used to run code after a specific delay. All right. While set interval is used to run code repeatedly after a particular time. All right. It's used to run code repeatedly after a particular time. So let's look at this. So we'll come in. First, we'll read the syntax for your set timeout and the formula. So you say, okay, set timeout. Set timeout. Set timeout. So this is it. So it contains a callback function inside. Say code block to run. Then here you can now have the delay time, which is in milliseconds. The delay time. So if you have 1,000, it means you're talking about 1 second. All right. So the delay time is in milliseconds. So you're going to add it there after the object bracket. All right. So before you exit the parentheses, so you add the timer here, that is how long you want it to delay before it executes. So it's a millisecond, so it receives in milliseconds. So let's do an example. Say, okay, set timeout. All right, so it contains, all right, to say, okay, let's say console.log. This is a delayed message. All right, it's a delayed message. How long do you want it to be delayed? We'll add it at this point here. So we say comma. We want it to be after 2 seconds. All right, good. So let's compile this and run this on our browser and see. Compile. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2. See that? So it's a delayed message. It's run after. Let me reload this page again. So you see 1, 2. So the message was executed, or the function was the what was contained in the function was executed after a particular delay time, which was set to be 2 seconds, which is in milliseconds. It's 2,000 milliseconds. All right. So that's that about the set timer. So let's look at I'm going to comment this. It doesn't interfere. Okay, let's look at set interval. So set interval here, it perform a particular function repeatedly based on the time. All right. So here, it runs a particular function repeatedly based on a specific time. So we'll come in. It's follow that same format. So this is it. Set interval. So Set interval is an inbuilt function, alright, but it contains a callback function, so it contains a fallback function inside. So we come and run this. Let's say console log. We say this is a repeated message. Alright, this is a repeated message. We come here. Let's say it's repeat after every 2 seconds. Let's do that after every 2 seconds too. So here to add the delay time here, the repeating time. So it repeats after every 2 seconds. So add it here in milliseconds also. All right, at this particular point here. So let's load this here on our browser, compile. So come and reload this here. Yes. Okay. So I think I've not compiled yet. Let me reload this again. I don't think it has compiled earlier. So let's see. Okay, it has compiled now. So it will keep repeating. It will keep repeating. It will keep looping, repeating again and again. All right. If you don't make a move to end this, it's going to repeat to infinity. All right. So that's why we have what we call the clear interval. The clear interval is the function that clears the interval, that resets the interval actually. So we have the clear interval here. Clear interval. So let's just write a code. So okay. Okay, let's do something more serious. So come and say, let's say, okay, let's count equals to zero. We're initializing count to be equals to zero. Now say, okay, set interval. Okay, create a function so that I can be able to clear it. You have to create a constant to take const. My interval equals to set interval. All right, so here you have console.log. So say, okay, count. Now we're coming from, so we want to count plus plus. All right. So this is we should count to be zero, right? We should assign a value to zero. So you are considering the increment of count. So count will keep incrementing after 1 second. All right, it will keep incrementing. So let's check this. Before then, let's comment this so it does not interfere with our code. Let's comment this. Perfect. So let's run this. Let's compile this, then run it. So come here. You see, it's still running. It's still repeating. Keep on repeating until you clear it. So let's run this here. So count, you see count is be incrementing. After every 1 second, you add incrementing by one, incrementing by one, incrementing by one. So how do we clear this? So you don't run into an infinite loop, all right? So that's why I want to introduce the clear here. You're going to add an if and else statement. You say, okay, count, if count, because when count, if count is equal to, strictly equal to 10, all right, we say clear the interval. So we'll now put the constant holding our set interval, which is my interval here. So that's what we are clearing. So the clear interval is a function that clears the interval. We'll now say, okay, alert count complete. Complete. So I have to put inside of the string count complete like this. All right. So let's run this. So now I've added the condition that okay, as soon as count is up to 10, it should clear the interval from continuing. All right. So come and see it's going. Let's reload. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, clear. So it has cleared the count complete. See that? So the clear interval is used to, but let's say, what's the word? It's used to end an interval. Thank you. It used to end an interval. Thank you very much. See you some other time.